Hello, welcome back to the Potsmaker's Bible. My name is Zion. I'm the author of the Potsmaker's Bible, which contains the prophetic book of Zion, where I get my name and authority. It comes from the Ketuvim, or Old Testament, of the Hebrew Bible. Now, today, we're talking about the fourth part of the general reading of the 27th chapter of the Potsmaker's Bible, which contains the 24th chapter of the book of Zion. And I'm going to take up where I left off yesterday, or last time. The particles in quantum theory can't differentiate without a force being applied to them. The thought form is that force. It is a projection of will. Will is an energy form which creates thought forms. We create will. The thought forms we think enter the quantum field where reality takes shape. All thought forms must compete for solidity. Numbers matter. The thought form with the most units of thought wins the battle and solidifies, becoming reality as we know it. That is why people can create miracles. Their thoughts unite to overtake normal reality. Normal reality is that which is so ingrained that thoughts alone no longer need to sustain it. We don't think about it. It's already real. We take for granted that the thing is there. That is our normal state of reality. These solid thought forms are very hard to destroy. Solid things must be destroyed by an outside force. Left alone, it will go on as if it had in that form forever. A force of will can do the same thing to a thought form, a concept, like, say, money. Money is real to us only because we realize it by use. The dollar is real, but the value we give it is a thought form. We conceive it to be real. $20 equals a meal. A meal is solid. The $20 value is not. You can't eat $20 in value. Value is a thought form. Stop believing, i.e., giving your consent to the idea that $20 means something. When we stop willing $20 to be real, poof, money isn't real. Our thoughts create who we are. To believe in something is to quantify it, to decide to make it real. We vote for reality to take a form by creating it in our thoughts and letting it be our reality. Belief is consent to solidify reality into a finite form. I think, therefore I am. It's not just that I think, it's what I think. That will determine who I am now and forever until I change my thought and become someone else. By changing my thought patterns, I can change my habits and rewrite my genetic code. We activate and unactivate genes through thought forms, changing our internal selves, altering patterns of behavior on a molecular level. Macro thought forms sent from the solid field into the micro quantum field alters patterns of particles, altering outcomes in the field of now. That is how the two fields interact and anchors us to the matrix of solid matter. Life, the string we call reality, is the field of now. And this is the fabric of time-space, the thin veil of reality that is the matrix of solid things. Like the Greek sisters of fate weaving the fabric of life, we thread this fabric with the solid forms of our collective thoughts. We are the sisters of fate. They are the three concepts: speech, will, and intent. Deed, solidified action in time and space. Thought, actualizing soul's presence and creative force. By these three, all things become real. And thought is the foundation. That is time space. It is the means of defining will and creating action. First comes thought, then will, then action. We become what we think. Our thoughts are a combination of our upbringing, our experiences, and our desires. When we are young, we are told many things. Most of those things come from our families, friends, communities, and schools. Children take in every word, every will of those they rely on. How much of your pain comes from those words? How many of your thoughts come from the words of your social network? We must guard our words to ensure we do no harm to others, especially the young. We look at reality based on the solid form we give ourselves. We base that on the words and actions of those who teach us who we are. Speak good words. Guard your mouth. It is a tool that can harm as well as heal. If we are taught that we are blank, fill in the blank, then we don't know to be anything else. Words are dangerous, deadly, or nurturing and giving. And each word matters. Each thought matters. Our minds, especially young minds, echo what is within it. Thoughts bounce around. They also battle for solidity. And here again, numbers matter. An army of "you're stupid" defeats a single good grade every time by a landslide. New thoughts are formed based on the solid thought forms already ingrained in the matrix of that mind. Every thought is based on believed thought forms. That army of "you're stupid," for instance. But the battle of solid forms is always fought in the field of now, not observed wave. All you have to do is enter the field and pick a thought to solidify. You are the field of now. You make the thought that is coming into form. If you let that battle play out undecided in your now, it will run the pathway it has always followed, the path of least resistance. But you, and only you, are the matrix of you. You alone control which thought form you choose to become in this moment. Enter the field of now. You get to choose your next thought. Let it be your thought, not someone else's, but who you alone decide to become. Decide your next thought. Create your own mind in a finite form. I am good. Make that you. One thought at a time. Today. Now. I am blank. Make that single thought form your personal mantra. Chant it. Say it. Sing it. Feel it. Believe it. Know it. To become it. That's how you change. You must retrain your mind to become your version of you. A thought is, in a sense, a decision. By thinking a thing, you allow it to be real. If a thought hurts you or leads you astray, then it's your job to rethink it. You must control your next thought. Take control of your own narrative. You tell yourself your own story with your every thought. You must become your own storyteller. When we control our thoughts, Our reality, we control our reality to a point. We can decide who we are going to become. If we hate ourselves now, we must change what we hate about ourselves now. One thought, one reason at a time. With each thought, we are given an opportunity to determine what comes next. We are in charge. There is no but. Yeah. So, be in charge of the only thing that you alone have control of. The one choice no one can make for you. Your next thought. If your next thought is negative, reverse it. Just think the opposite. You change from one thought to the next. You can control the next thought. It's yours to decide. If you don't like the thought, change it. It's your thought. You decide if it's what you want, or what you believe, or what you project into the future. Our thoughts form patterns. Patterns become habits. Habits become real. But change the thought compelling the habit, and the thought form breaks down. Then the matrix of your reality complies. You allowed the current patterns and habits to become solid, but they are always just thought forms. You decide which ones to keep and which ones to reject. Thought forms are subject to your will. They exist in the field of now, as do all things. You are the nexus of that field for you. So, you, by force of will, can alter or destroy a thought form within your head. By reversing, rejecting, or changing it in your next thought, you are always at the point of now. Control it, decide it, repeat it, own it, until it's real. That is how I stopped smoking cigarettes without a single withdrawal symptom. I just told myself every time I thought of it, as I smoked pack after pack, I don't like cigarettes anymore. I don't want to smoke cigarettes. I want to smoke pot instead. By the time I got to prison, I no longer had a habit I needed to break. I just forgot to need it. I forgot to need that thing that I'd been addicted to for 40 years. I didn't crave a cigarette. I still don't. And all I did was change my thought patterns about cigarettes. Instead of thinking, I need a cigarette, I thought, I don't like this cigarette. I still smoked it without the habit, but my desire was gone. I decided not to need it. Then I kept deciding it, cigarette after cigarette, until there was no more cigarettes to trigger the thought forms of smoking. Poof, gone. I didn't even really try. I didn't have to. I had already destroyed the thought form the habit was attached to. In my reality, poof, gone. Not a single withdrawal symptom to be had. Try it. It works. With anything. So, I'm going to leave off there. Till next time. So, until then, my people, let your thoughts, whoop, may the gray watch over you, guide you, protect you, and keep you from all harm. May they teach you right from wrong, and may you be worthy of them. May your thoughts, words, and deeds reflect truth, good, and light, the unicorn way. May you always be happy and high. Know that I love you. I'll see you soon. Later, 'cause I'll never say goodbye.